Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. With you, as always, myself, Mr. Bob. I got my brother with me, Mr. Scott Tripp, the AKA the Crypto Beast. As you guys know, we like to take a couple minutes out of our day, kind of run through some of the headlines that's going on in the news, bring them to your attention, and kind of just see what you guys feel about them. And as always, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow us on all of our socials that should be pinned down below. Just make sure you guys keep interacting with us. And before we get started there, I'll let Scott tell you a little bit more about himself, and then we'll kind of go right through some of the news because it's a lot of juicy stuff out there today.
Yeah, for sure. So Scott, I work with BigONE, do the social media side of things as well as the Asia blockchain community. So excited to be here and get the news going.
Yeah, man. And as we know, we've been talking about on the show, kind of the mixed emotion that was going on in the market and some of the lows that we were going to have to revisit as far as the total crypto market cap, which is like one of our little segments that we do at the end. And it's kind of funny that some of these predictions are kind of panning out. But before we get into that, that would be the last part of the show, but we'll go right into one of my first articles today, which is one that's kind of like fresh off the press that I just seen that recently came out probably about 20 minutes ago. It's on Cointelegraph, and the headline read, Aave launches its permission pool Aave art with 30 institutions set to join. So it's going to be basically a lending platform with a permission liquidity pool that offers like a decentralized way for institutions to have like a regulatory compliance in DeFi. So Aave is one of the decentralized lending platforms that offers out loans and different things like that. But with this new thing that they're doing, they're going to basically be able to do this with 30 licensed financial institutions. And it's going to be, everything from borrowers to liquidators. So I think this is a really big move for Aave. We've been hearing a lot about, we talked about, the amount of TVL they've been gaining over the last, since January of this year. They pretty much gained about 4.5 times the amount of TVL that they have been recording in previous years. So kind of like very interested to see what Aave is doing. And, it's definitely something to pay attention to. So good to see what they're doing and pushing and building, even through like, the slower times. It's a lot of news, right?
No doubt. And I'll do my first article. I'm going to do it on, it's kind of funny here. Guy that used to be, he is a billionaire, Bitcoin and Ethereum skeptic, suddenly just flipped and made a wild crypto price prediction. He said Bitcoin, Ethereum, and cryptocurrency have won over some of surprising naysayers in recent years as the crypto market price has exploded. The Bitcoin price, after surging through much of 2021, has begun this year on a downward trend despite a flurry of bullish 2022 crypto price predictions. Now, Wall Street billionaire Thomas Peterffy, who once warned Bitcoin futures could destabilize the real economy, has said investors should buy a small amount of cryptocurrency, such as Bitcoin or Ethereum, in case the dollar goes to hell, and predicted the Bitcoin price could eventually hit 1 million. So I find that kind of interesting that somebody that's a big Wall Street guy is turning his eye over to cryptocurrency as kind of the saving grace against the dollar and inflation. So
yeah, shit, that kind of makes sense in the sense of, there's gonna have to be some form of hedge the same way we get our value to our coins and our cryptocurrency. As we go through our bear market, what do you think the thing is pegged to it's going to do, right? Mm-hmm. Like in every sense, if you draw back out of it and you look at it from a time perspective, it's always been up and to the right. But just because the dollar has been losing value, so up and to the right makes sense because we should be progressing harder than the dollar. But to see some of the stock guys, start talking about allocating some of their portfolios to crypto, it's going to be like, I think that, they see what's coming. And I think, they're going to jump on board when the time is right. Right. And I think it's going to lead to more adoption for sure. So that's a really good article. But to jump into my second article, it's coming from Cointelegraph as well. The headline reads, Ethereum dominates among developers, but competitors are growing fast. So the total monthly activity that's on Ethereum just recently hit a record high of 18,000, but you know, the Ethereum still been like leading the way, but their competitors on this article, what they're saying is are catching up, and their competitors right now, the top competitors are Polkadot, Solana, and BSC. And that's coming from research from Electric Capital, which is released their findings on January 6th. It revealed that more than 4,000 monthly active open source developers work on Ethereum, considerably more than the 680 that worked on the BigONE network across all channels. And the active developers was more than 18,400, which was the record broken from the number of code commits by the new developers in 2021 with more than 34,000. So it looks like a lot of people are starting to build more on the Ethereum blockchain, but they're not saying that it's because of Ethereum. What they're saying is because it's the competitors that's actually getting a lot of developers. And they say Polkadot, Solana, Near, BSC, Avalanche, and Terra are growing faster than Ethereum did at similar points in history. So it kind of goes to show that while Ethereum is growing, the reason Ethereum is growing is because these other blockchains are using the EVM, which is the Ethereum virtual machine, which is the biggest computer, to kind of run their protocols. And that's why, the price of Ethereum will continue to go up regardless of, how Ethereum is actually performing as far as that token being traded day to day.
Yeah, for sure. And then my next article is on this. I found this funny. Norton 360 antivirus now mines cryptocurrency. Norton has interesting features tucked into its Norton 360 antivirus subscription, a cryptocurrency miner. So they plan on getting people, if they want to mine Ethereum. Now, the funny part about this is people were up in arms about this, that their idle time would be used for a cryptocurrency miner. They don't have a chance to actually like even delete the software it's built into it, but they have a choice of turning it on or off. The funny part about it that I found with Norton, which I'm not really surprised about, is they have put their own personal tax on it of 15% when you go to transfer it to another wallet. So it's like you win on one end, but in the other end, they take what they get from you.
Well, I mean, they gotta have it, right? So they're gonna have to build a bridge for you to go and convert your cat or your whatever their currency will be to the next blockchain, right? So they're gonna have to pay those taxes overall, and they're gonna take a little bit of a fee, 15%. I mean, it is what it is, but to see like Norton get involved with cryptocurrency, that to me is kind of funny. Because I mean, you think about it, most of your console or most of your computer setups, your regular setups at home with a good graphics card could potentially mine cryptocurrency while it's sitting there already. Like especially some of the gaming, yeah. Even like some of the bigger like gaming laptops like Acer, some of like the gaming laptops, they could even mine cryptocurrency in their standby time. Yeah. For not much more energy than they take when you're up playing your favorite game. And you think about it, a lot of people will want to take advantage of that. So I can definitely see that being one of those factors that play a big part in the future, and people wanting to just potentially use their computer or their software to do it. And what Norton's going to say is, hey, we already got it protected for you. We've been protecting your computer. Let us protect your crypto, and let us protect your mining rig while you're away.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. But I thought that was a funny article, like to see Norton get involved. It kind of seems like a little funny, but like, hey, it just goes to show how much adoption is going to be led and how many choices people are going to have in the future. But to lead into my last article, this one actually comes from. I'm actually not sure this source is called ME. The Merkle.com. And it's the top 3 Metaverse coins gaining the most price today. The tickers read out RXS, CPAN, and DG. So while this week has been a rough week for the Metaverse coins and the crypto market overall, several projects continue to show bullish momentum. The first one was the RXS, and that's called Rune Shards. Rune Shard is one of the top gainers, and it's a native token to the Rune game, and it's a Diablo 2 inspired play to earn ARPG built on the Binance Smart Chain. So that's something that people should probably open the eye up to. The second one was the CPAN, which is Crypto Planes, which is up 10.34 today. And as the name suggests, Crypto Planes is a blockchain-based airplane game built on the Binance Smart Chain. And it features a metaverse with NFT planes. NFT, the Crypto Planes extends to Crypto City Metaverse. It's also found in the famous racing game, the Crypto Cars. So that seems like another cool one. And the last one, of course, was the DG, which is called Decentral Games, which is up 12% today. The Decentral Game is also a next generation casino metaverse built on Decentraland, featuring the various popular casino games. And unlike traditional casinos, due to the decentralized game blockchain ecosystem, players can earn up to 50% of their losses back in the DG token, which is the Decentral Game token. And that's the native token to the ecosystem of the game. And it allows people to interact in the metaverse. So these are three kind of new plays that, I kind of came across on Merkle today that, I'll be kind of paying a little bit more attention to. I think, when you see a lot of things that's happen on, some of the higher blockchains and the Ethereum blockchains, and you kind of see it replicate, Scott, on the BSC smart chain. And it gives these BSC users the same experience that some of the Ethereum users have on their blockchain. And you see these type of gaming protocols starting to step up. And that's why, I just think, with BNB and BSC, they don't really have to do much work as far as the development team internally with BNB and BSC, because they created native tokens that can move. You have all these developers who are like actively building and being able to come out with, and like this rune evolution, like, bro, it really looks cool. Like they have a YouTube, you can see their stuff. And it's something that I think, like we'll potentially kind of go into it and see what's going on. And it's trading right now at a little under a penny, with 24-hour volume of 67,000 and the market cap of 3.5 million. So each one of these are kind of like lower market cap things that I think we'll start paying a little bit more attention to. I'm gonna definitely do a little bit of homework on them.
Yeah, for sure. My next article kind of hits close to home. I have a friend that's working over here for the government, but the Canadian government anyways, but Kazakhstan internet blackout hits Bitcoin mining. So they said there's a 60-day state of emergency that was late last year, but they are having major internet blackouts in Kazakhstan, but they also are reporting protests in other parts of the country where they're actually breaking into government buildings and stuff like that. And there's a reason why they're pulling their internet. I don't think it's as much of a unplanned internet blackout as much as a planned blackout. So, and then on top of it, they said that Kazakhstan had accounted for 18.1% of the total hash rate back in 2021. And the whole reason for this backlash was for miners, the removal of a cap on fuel prices, and likely further upside in fuel prices could become an issue. And from what I heard, it did become an issue today. It got really violent over there from what I'm understanding. And yeah, I just hope everyone's over there is okay, and hopefully everything can go back to normal for them. And yeah, here's hoping.
Yeah, I think, man, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world about a lot of things that's going on, creating a lot of more diversity, right? And not more so of, I guess, like, people being more together, right? Like I think, they're creating so much as we became a little bit closer as people. They created more diversion by just coming up with another layer to make people divided on. But yeah, it's sad to hear that in Kazakhstan because they were some of the top miners and having like using their resources to mine the cryptocurrency out there, and now it's been kind of stripped away, and now you have all this feud going on in the government, and you got fighting, and it's been a lot of wild things going on throughout the world, and it's kind of sad, and but I think in as we go through this next little hump of some of maybe the dollars in different countries kind of like taking maybe a step, not a step down, but like a fall down or losing a little bit of its value. It's only going to fight for it to grow back bigger. I mean, the one thing about people in general, whether it's cryptocurrency or the stock market, people in general always find a way to bring it back, right? We're the next generation, we're the next people up, and there's no way that we can't replicate something that was from the past and make it better. I mean, that's the beauty of technology. So I think it'll be okay out there, even if it gets a little bit worse first. Like as people, I think we always like I said, I think we always find a way to make it better. But before we get out of here, guys, I'd like to jump over to kind of trading view, kind of tell you guys what's going on the total market cap right now, and we're gonna actually look at some of the dominance factors as well. You guys know what we do here. Right now, we're looking at the total market cap, and it's down to 2.052. And this is one of those like kind of like like if we go back to some of the old videos, like maybe from last month, I was talking about this coming into like the 1.9 area, and it kind of sprung back up to the 2.2, 2.3, and people might have been like, man, it sure is gonna be the next bull run, but then it kind of created like a little shoulder, and I think it's funny to kind of watch see it kind of play out, but I'm definitely seeing some of the charts play out, and I think might be a little bit of a dip right now. We're seeing the Ethereum dominance down right now to 20.17, and we're seeing the Bitcoin dominance at 39.85. So we've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks, how much the room it is potentially for other things to grow in this time, because it looks like things are, as the dominance factors are going down, these people may be taking some of these profits that they got into with some of these other projects like an Ethereum or Bitcoin, more than 3 to 5 years ago, and get into a newer project that they can invest in for the next 3 to 5 years. That could probably offer them a little bit more return for their money, right? So definitely interesting times to see what's going on in the market. But as always, we appreciate you guys coming by, checking us out. Make sure you guys like, comment, or subscribe. Share this with a friend. Let us know how we're doing. And before we get out of here, is anything you want to say, Scott?
No, I'm great right now. I'm just excited for tomorrow and to see what the markets are bringing us and see how everybody's attitudes are towards what's going on. So just excited to see the difference from today till tomorrow.
Yeah, man. I think it'll be fun. But either way, we'll be here reporting for you guys. Make sure you check us out. And not tomorrow, but Friday, we'll have a Twitter space if you guys would join us there. We've been having some pretty good conversations today. It was a fun space. And if you were there, we appreciate it. And if you're checking out this video, we appreciate it. And as always, guys, until the next time.
Peace.
Peace.
See you guys later. Have a good night.